The history of animation began as soon as film had began, creating characters, situations, and otherwise unimaginable circumstances that could be played on our televisions and movie screens. The delight never just came from the characters and situations, but also the art styles. It proved that you didn't have to be an artist to be a cartoonist. And even so, the interpretation of cartoon had changed throughout time. Some artists opted to do less goofy things and do more narrative-driven things, and things were finally looking up for the state of animation. Even so, properties never stayed consistent, they evolved, changing the interpretation of what the heroes, the villains, and the art styles could look like. Media would no longer be restricted by just television and movies, as streaming services like Netflix also created their own brand of streamables, like BoJack Horseman and other cartoons, like Big Mouth. I don't like this cartoon. But even so, the landscape of animation was changing. Tradition was starting to be left by the wayside, and more things were imported to different countries. Soon, things would have to turn to the internet, a big and scary place. For this project, I wanted to look at internet cartoons, but I cannot use the YouTube label, because these all predated YouTube. I'm of course speaking of Homestar Runner, Rooster Teeth, and Newgrounds. These are all places that made the internet landscape a viable place for animators.
This episode, Strongbad checks his email. Dear Mr. Bad, make a cartoon with only you in it, and then just you do the commentary. Crapful, Girosh. Oh, no way, Girosh. We tried that once. Trust me, man. Bad idea.
Homestar Runner is one of the oldest and longest-running animated web series founded under the Homestar.com domain by brothers Matt and Mike Chapman in the year 1999. The show stars the consistent recurring characters of Homestar Runner, his doting and overbearing wife Marzipan, his luchador madman neighbor Strongbad, the brother of that luchador madman neighbor, his pet, and the unapologetic North Dakotan Coach Z.
I'm sorry, what? I see you did a great job out there. I did a great what? A great job.
These characters often find themselves in situations that are drafted out of a children's book, however they act in adult and contemporary ways. The cartoon ran on Flash, meaning that audiences could click on certain characters and highlighted items in order to reveal secrets. This show is also dripping with intertextuality. Note the references that they make throughout.
Hey, Strongbad, I really like your long, sad costume. Oh! Somebody get that man an Obel Soak token.
The importance of Homestar Runner is that its style was never once consistent. It usually took artistic leaps and bounds to make its obscurity humor hilarious to all audiences. It also remained completely off YouTube and had a strong fan base that was based on HomestarRunner.com, with Marzipan's answering machine and Strongbad's emails, which actually ran on actual fan emails where they would create cartoons based off the emails. One of the most famous cartoons is the Trogdor the Burninator episode, which involved a fan asking for a dragon to be drawn by Strongbad.
S, more different S. Close it up real good at the top for his head, and then, using consummate V's, give him teeth, spinities, and angry eyebrows. Let's put one of those beefy arms back on him for good measure. Now he needs a name. How about Trogdor the Burninator? Oh yeah, check out all his majesty.
Trogdor's creation ignited a firestorm on not only the internet, but on television and in video games, and his reference was made known to all the lands.
Trogdor! Trogdor! Trogdor was a man. I mean, he was a dragon man. Maybe he was just a dragon. But he was still Trogdor!
Me over by the door. Demons around the perimeter. Right. I open the door.
You go through the door and are confronted by Trogdor the Burninator.
Oh, bugger it. Fight.
Adios to 5 hit points. Trogdor has badly wounded you.
Oh, wait a minute. What about my bag of illusions?
Illusions against a Burninator? Silly, silly British man.
The Chapman brothers proved that this show can be enjoyed not only by its fan base, but all people who enjoy a little obscure and sharp humor. The corrupted children's cartoon has become a Homestar home run, and has been frequently celebrated by animators to this day for its sharp wit, simplistic design, and above all, community aspect.
I don't know. That wasn't so bad, actually. You know, it's like all strong bad, all the time. But you know what they say? Too much of a good thing is an awesome thing. But too much of an awesome thing is, really, really dumb and bad.
Hey. Yeah? You ever wonder why we're here? It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it? Why are we here? I mean, are we the product of some cosmic coincidence, or is there really a God watching everything? I don't know, man. But it keeps me up at night.
What? I mean, why are we out here, in this canyon?
Oh, yeah.
What all this stuff about God?
Nothing.
You want to talk about it?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Rooster Teeth is a company based in Austin, Texas, founded in 2003 by 4 IT workers. Their names are Bernie Burns, Matt Hullum, Jeff Ramsey, and Gus Sorolla. The crew worked on a comedy series and invoked their friends, actor Joel Heyman and Jason Saldana, to complete a comedy series that once started as just a concept. The idea was Red vs. Blue, a series used creating the Halo engine from the Bungie Microsoft game Halo. By using the camera and the movements of the characters naturally found in the game, they were able to create motions that reflected animation. Using this narrative storytelling style, they created a lore regarding the Red Team and the Blue Team, 2 teams of simulation soldiers stationed in the most undesirable real estate on the planet, and forced to fight each other for an unknown reason. The Rooster Teeth crew formerly operated under the name DrunkGamers.com, but after realizing how unappealing that would be to advertisers, they changed it to Rooster Teeth. The show began in a pre-YouTube era, so the Rooster Teeth team had to rely on downloads instead of direct video views. Red vs. Blue turned out to be massively successful, as the first episode was downloaded over 20,000 times. Soon enough, the show became so popular that Rooster Teeth decided to continue it, building a complex storyline, lore, and adding even more characters and teams. The game's creator and publisher, Bungie and Microsoft, saw the way that the guys were using their game. Instead of giving a cease and desist, they encouraged them to continue using the game's engine, even including some features that were exclusive to the Rooster Teeth team.
Okay, well now I'm definitely not gonna open the door.
But we need ammo!
Well, why don't you go ask your brute buddies then?
Up until Season 8, not much had changed about the series. They still used the same nod and wiggle style of animation, and they still maintained the use of the models used in-game. This changed when they brought Rhode Island-born animator Monty on board, who created custom models and custom animations to better tell the story of the Reds and Blues. The freedom created by Monty Oom's new fight scenes brought about a whole animation team devoted to creating excellent action scenes and more sequences for Red vs. Blue, as well as other animated projects. The animation team was hounded by Monty Oom until his unfortunate passing in 2014, where it changed hands and became an entire department governed by Monty Oom's closest friends. Like Homestar Runner, the show never had one set medium. It used many different animation styles in order to tell the Red vs. Blue story, even advocating for a more anime style with its Eastern influences. The entire 14th season is comprised of a compilation of different animation styles telling the story. In an episode, they even go full meta as the world of Red vs. Blue collides with the real world, and they meet their creators that they wondered were there in the first place.
I think someone's coming. Okay, quick, let's hide.
Watch where you're going, dirtbag.
Never thought someone put a wall in my way.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. The animation team not only worked on Red vs. Blue, but completed Monty Oum's Dream series, a standalone anime-style fantasy adventure called RWBY. The trailer was first released at the end of Season 10 in 2013. The show both referenced and subverted certain conventions of anime, while also maintaining and creating an interesting world that has crossed over from the West to the East. Rooster Teeth's obvious influence on fledgling animators can be embodied best in the work of Jordan Swears, a fan who animated certain sections of the Rooster Teeth podcast. Rooster Teeth liked what he was doing and hired him, and now he works with the animation team to work on various shows such as X-Ray and Vav, the RWBY Chibi Adventures, Camp Camp, and the 1-800-Panics. Rooster Teeth's work has inspired creativity from fans and has kept the community alive since its foundation in 2003. The show has evolved in ways that are beyond the conceptions of the folks back in 2003 and have completely proven that a studio, no matter how small, can ask itself why it is there and know the reason. Newgrounds was formed in the year 1995 with one simple motto: everything by everyone. Founded by Tom Fulp, the web space was originally a showcase for his Flashworks, introducing games and small animations that he had made himself. It wasn't until the year 2000 that Fulp opened up the feature on the site called The Portal, a user submission section that updated in real time to show animated content like shorts and games submitted by other users. There was also a 1 through 5 star rating system which moderated content, a system that predated the star system on sites like YouTube and eBaum's World. Top-rated content was featured on the front page. Soon, other portals opened for music and standing art, and the Newgrounds community had taken off. Animations did not have to be based on anything, though they tended to have references to video games and other movies. Newgrounds was a perfect place to create parody, and some series found original depth by creating their own mythos. Other times, it was just straight parody of already existing properties, which they could get away with because references on the web were far more timely than references on television. Whether or not the work was original or a parody didn't matter. Oftentimes, this was a good way for voice actors, artists, musicians, and other such workers in the animation fields to get their work together. Rina Chan, a popular voice actress on the Newgrounds, had a very good portfolio built up by her numerous works in parody and original works. Her vocal work actually led her to a career in anime English dubbing, as well as a career in video games, as she appears in the starring role of the Nier Automata game as the female main character. Artists like Egoraptor also have great success on Newgrounds, which transferred to their YouTube careers. He is now one of the hosts of Game Grumps, the most popular Let's Play channel on YouTube. The works on Newgrounds don't have to reflect quotability or merchandisability or other such concepts. Sometimes they're straight artistry that would have never been seen without such a platform. A lot of internet artists today owe their thanks to Newgrounds for its constant criticism, approval, and platform for their work.
Replaced by this drag and drop that limits people's capacities to use their own imagination.
As somebody who wants to create their own animated series, and has written one actually, things like Newgrounds inspire me to continue to work because people will see my work, and hopefully they'll enjoy it. That's the thing about internet information. The feedback is instant. Whether you're making something funny, making something that will progress, or making something that you think just needs to exist, the internet will always be there for you. Thank you for watching.